Hi guys, here to teach you how to use the Steam Link. Comes from Steam, company made by Valve. First thing is we got the actual hardware right here, just a small little box. Each side, one side has just one USB port for either keyboard, mouse, or for the Steam controller. I always use a Steam controller, so that's what we're going to show you how to use. Back side, we have the power port on the far right. Your left, two USB ports for, again, keyboard, mouse, or for extra controllers. Ethernet port right here. Plug in if you want to use a wired connection, you can use a wireless, but wired is preferred. And then we got the HDMI cable connector to actually connect to your TV. So I'm going to hook it up for everyone. We're going to get started on how to use it. Alright, now that we got it all plugged in, everything's just plug and play. Steam Link does come with everything except for an HDMI cable, so you will need to supply that on for yourself. Now we're going to bring in my buddy Kyle. He's going to be one of my testers, show you guys how to get set up with it. Hey Kyle.
Hello.
Alright, so we got our Steam controller right here, and as we see, first thing is whenever you plug it in, it's going to have automatic updates. It's going to make sure all the settings that come straight from Steam and Valve are going to be correct. So we're just going to do our updates. It's going to take a couple minutes usually to do the download. Depending on your internet, faster internet, maybe a couple minutes. Slower internet could be up anywhere from 20 minutes to half hour. It just really depends on your internet. And it also is the fact that we're downloading 40 other thousand things on 2 Xbox Ones, and on my personal desktop we are also downloading multiple things. Nah, it's alright. While we got time to wait, this is the Steam controller. If you don't have one, it's actually cheaper to buy a Steam Link than it is to buy a Steam controller. Steam controller is about $50 from GameStop. Could be more expensive. When I looked at it on Amazon, it was about $85. So if you're going to buy one, probably go to GameStop. Just a regular style controller. The one nice thing is, though, is we do have the touchpad right here. A little bit better use. It's more of like an in-game mouse kind of situation. You can use it if you want to navigate with more of a mouse than just clicking with the joystick. It does come with the connector that I did plug in, so it does connect directly to it and wireless, and it does have to use AA batteries. But the AA batteries do come with it. Yeah, we should probably not have downloaded multiple things. But everyone got new technology, so we all wanted to play with it.
Your speed is 10 times more than mine.
This is why you get Charter and not Frontier, guys. I also am going to post guides for you guys into the description of on the video. So if you do have a little bit of technical issues, if you don't have a Steam account, you do need a Steam account for this. And it's preferred to have games already downloaded, but I mean, I'll show you guys how to purchase a game. We're not actually going to purchase one because I don't have money on my Steam account right now. But we'll show you guys how to purchase it. But if you don't have a Steam account, I don't know why you would be buying a Steam Link, but I have written a guide on how to actually create a Steam account, and I'll post that for you guys too, so you guys can read through that if you don't have one. And right now we're just going to set it up with mine because I don't really want to have Kyle's Steam account on my Steam Link. That makes no sense. So then we're going to have Kyle do it, and then I'll show you guys how to factory reset it and how to check for updates. And then I'm going to factory reset, and then I'm going to have my brother Eric run through, and also just another quick little show you how to set it up in case there's extra questions, because there can be.
Close.
Woohoo! Finally got to 100%. Now let's just wait to see if it actually does it, because sometimes it does take a couple minutes when it hits 100%, I've noticed, because this is the second time I factory reset it. I was just going through myself testing the settings and everything. Now it's going to restart. That's one thing that it will do. It'll restart and then do the updates. And also there was a little section, I'll show you on the training document and the user guide, but if you don't have the controller or a keyboard and mouse plugged in, it will give you a separate screen. So then you'll have to go through, and it'll just be a little image of a controller on one side and an image of a keyboard and mouse on the other. That just means you need to plug in a keyboard and mouse or controller to continue on. Otherwise, it's just going to stay on that screen. So just plug it into the USB ports. It really is just plug and play. Everything just connect to the network. See, that was the screen I was talking about. Just really quick. Now it's finally downloading with the update. This one seems to be going a little bit faster. And since this has been taking so long in charters, it's been kind of snowy, we don't get as good of internet service. So I'm not going to actually show you guys how to factory reset it. I'll just show you how to and go where you can go to do it. I'm just going to have Eric connect to a different PC because you can actually have multiple PCs connected to your Steam Link. So say I want to play a game on mine. Eric has a separate game when I'm not home that he wants to play on his PC. You can actually switch to a different PC to connect and play that specific game without having to go through multiple different ways to factory reset it or change it. It actually is just a really simple way to change it. You just go back to the network selection screen and then you can select a different PC. But the one thing is that you do have to be connected to the same network. So if for some reason you have multiple networks set up in your house, maybe you have a guest account Wi-Fi set up, you can't connect the Steam Link to the guest account and then have a PC that's connected to the main Wi-Fi service. You need to be on the same account in order for it to link up. And you can use a wireless. It's just really not preferred. You will get a little bit of lag even with the wired connection. And if you have a wireless, I tried it, it's pretty laggy. It's not something that's really recommended to go to connect to. If you can't really connect to the wired, it might just be a little bit better off to try and find a way to connect to it with an Ethernet cable instead of using a wireless connection. Oh wow, we got a lot of updates today. I probably should have updated this before we actually started this.
I can foresee this. That's just installing the update.
And one other thing is that when you actually connect to your PC, your laptop or your desktop, whatever you're actually using, does need to be turned on because you will actually see it on both screens. Because right now I'm just connected to my flat screen. My flat screen is right next to my desktop. So you can actually see it on multiple screens. So say you want to play more of a split screen game, you could actually have someone set up on the PC monitor, and then you could have someone set up on TV or vice versa. It just really depends. There's just multiple things you can do with this. The Steam Link that's just really great compared to, because I'm not a huge console gamer. I mean, we do got an Xbox now, but Xbox games are a lot more expensive when you can buy a game on Steam for $5. That's hours of enjoyment. Oh, come on, updates. You can do it. Sorry, guys. I didn't think that this would take as long as what it actually has been.
Almost there.
As we're waiting, Kyle's breaking the controller. We're gonna have to have technical difficulties.
I don't know, open it.
Yeah, again, sorry guys, it's taking so long. We really didn't expect it to take this long. The weird thing is I just literally got this like 2 weeks ago, and I did all the updates already. So I don't know why it's doing it.
Well, today's a new day.
Today is a new day. Kyle's correct.
Never know when an update's
The one thing you can do when you are updating it, though, is you can do other things. You can connect to a different PC.
coming. Yeah.
And the nice thing is that when you actually are up and running, you can check for the updates relatively easily, so you wouldn't have to sit there. You can do it when you're, quick before you go somewhere. Let it do it overnight. I feel like we should have the Jeopardy theme song playing right now in the background. All right. This was the screen I was talking about. Even though we have our controller plugged in, it's not actually turned on. So that will also give you the screen.
Turn it?
Yep, turn it on. The controller or the keyboard and mouse needs to be connected. Just for the controller, all you do is press and hold the center button. It's the Steam logo, if you have any knowledge of Steam or you used it in the past. It's just the center button right here. It turns it on, just like an Xbox controller or PlayStation controller. It's just the first screen. So the first thing we got right now is the language setup. It's obvious. You just pick whatever language you want to use to speak or view everything in. So we're just going to choose English. So use A to select, B to go back if you have any problems and you want to go back to the previous screen. Right now we are at the display setup. It's the size of the screen when you're actually on a PC monitor or if you connect it to a TV like I have it connected. It should auto fit. Yep, because right now it's in 1920 at the very top right now where it says display screen. And my TV, that's where my TV resolution is. So Kyle would hit next, hit A to go next. Right now, next it's searching for PCs that are running Steam on our local network. This is where we get to pick which computer we connect to that we get to run our Steam games off of. So Kyle, I'll just have you connect to mine, just Billy. And then, I want to turn my monitor. This is also one of the important things is that when you connect for the first time to the network, you have to go onto the PC that you're using and it'll show you a little screen where it says enter your PIN. So you just have to go onto your personal PC that you're going to be connecting to and open Steam and it'll give you the PIN. It'll say authorize this device for the first time. So right now I'm just going to authorize my computer because we disconnected from it. All right, so we got that all connected with the PC pin. Once you actually have it set up, you can select to a different computer, and it shouldn't ask it for you, but if you have to, then yeah, it will just ask you. And right now it's just doing a network test, tests our network, see how fast our speeds are, how much latency it's going to have, how many frame losses we're going to have. So kind of if you just want to hit A, we're just going to notice that, hey, we're good. We connected. That's all that matters. All right. So now we're at this actual Steam Link home screen. This is where it's going to bring you after you connect to your PC. There's a few different options what we can use. We can go to our personal library. This is where all of our Steam games are. And then we have Store. Kyle, if you want to just scroll over with the joystick. This is where you can actually go to buy new games, or if you find free games that your friends play, this is where you can go to download those or purchase those. So first, we're going to just go to the right, and we're going to look at community. This is where you can see reviews for games, or if you want to connect with friends on Steam, this is where we have your friends list. There's also a web browser if you want to go on the web, or there's a chat if you want to chat with your friends on Steam as well. So Kyle, let's just go into the library. All right, this is the library screen. This is where it shows you actually what games you have. There's a few different options. There's videos if you have videos on Steam, or recent games you play frequently. Let's just go to recent for now. So Kyle, you want to go down the joystick and then hit right on the joystick. Right, so this is my recently played. I play a lot of Smite, a lot of Grim Dawn. So this is just where it's just a little quicker access if I want to play the same game multiple days in a row, multiple hours. It's just a little bit faster. Let's just hit B to go back, Kyle. And let's go down to install. This is where it's games that you've actually installed on Steam. I mean, you can put, download games without it, or purchase games without actually downloading them. I have a lot of those. So this is the games I've actually installed. And Kyle, let's just open up to show. Let's just open up Grim Dawn to show it. So when you actually want to go, you just go with the joystick over to the game you want to play. Hit A to select it, and it's going to bring up the actual game home screen. This is where, you know, if you have screenshots or if you want guides, the reviews, all that jazz that normally comes on Steam. Right, so let's navigate over to play. Yep, and let's just hit play to show it. We're not actually going to play. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to start streaming, but it's kind of not the point of this. Yeah. But first, we're going to show them the trackpad. This is actually where you can use the trackpad that's on the right to actually use as more of a mouse base. Otherwise, you can use the joystick, but sometimes it's just easier to use the mouse. So let's just, now that we opened it up, let's just kind of, if you want to navigate to exit, we're just going to exit the game. Now that we opened it up. All right, now that we're done that, let's go actually show you guys how to go and purchase games on the Steam link. So Kyle, if you just want to keep hitting back until you get back to the Steam home screen. So now that we're back, we can just go click on Store. And I have a PIN on my account, so I have to actually enter the PIN, so I'm just going to put that in. On my PC, it's a little bit faster doing it that way, and I don't want to waste too much of your guys' time. So Kyle, if you just want to hit enter on there for me. Go down to OK. So now we're at the Steam Home Store. This is where you can purchase new games, download new games, pretty much anything you want. You have wish lists or genres if you want to search by genres. You can search by popular new releases or top sellers. Usually top sellers is pretty fun because then you can see games that a lot of people are playing that have a good community. So let's just go down to, let's go into specials. Let's see what Steam has on special because it might be Steam Winter Sale, Christmas Sale going on right now. And wow, they actually have a lot of good games on. All right. We're just going to have Kyle pick one. We're not actually going to purchase it for you, but we're going to show you how to get through it. So, Kyle, let's just pick a random one. What looks interesting? Yeah, let's buy Dragon Ball Z. Why not? You know, Dragon Ball's pretty fun. All right, this is what comes up whenever you open up a new game when you're trying to look for it. There's multiple options. It brings you up the videos, too, of you can actually see gameplay footage, which is kind of cool. All right, so now that we actually looked at it, we're like, yeah, we're going to buy this. This looks pretty fun. I mean, it's Dragon Ball. What could go wrong with playing a Dragon Ball game? So let's go back up to shop, Kyle. You can see the DLC in there too, or people broadcasting the game and actually streaming it. So Kyle's just putzing around bringing up the video. So let's scroll down, Kyle, to where you purchase it. If you want to scroll back up. Yep, right underneath the video that's where it's going to have the purchasing options. There's multiple options. I mean, you could purchase it, the DLC exclusively, or it just really depends on what you have for the game. So you would just click on A, and then it'll ask you for your Steam information for your payment. Or if you have the device or the payment already set up on Steam to auto pay for you, then yeah, we would just straight up pay for it, and then it would start downloading, and we could install it and play it. So now that we showed you guys how to purchase and play games, let's go back. If Kyle wants to go back all the way to the home screen. And then Kyle, if you want to use the trackpad, we're going to go to the top right. Or if you want to use the controller, either way. Yep. And the top right, there's a little power symbol. That's where you can turn it off. Or if you want to switch users, like I'm going to show you guys how to do, that's the way you would do it. So Kyle, if you want to hit A. And then let's just stop streaming is to switch users. Otherwise, there's multiple options. Turn off the controller, restart your system, turn it off. Otherwise, suspend it so that it's still active, but you're not actually using as much power. It's a little more of a power-saving resource. So let's click Stop Streaming. And this brings us back to the network setup. This is where you actually will go and you can change some of the settings. So Kyle, if you want to go into settings, we're going to show everyone kind of the different settings. So This is where you can change all your settings, basically whatever you want. You have audio, Bluetooth, the controller configurations, because each game does have a different controller configuration, but you can preload those in from Steam. You just have to, when you download the game, it'll ask you to, if you want to import the most popular Steam controller configuration, which would probably be the best option. So let's just go into system. That's really the most important one out of there. I mean, you guys can check it out yourself, kind of learn as we go. But this is where we can check for updates, like I was talking about before. If you want to save your debug logs, that's also important. If you're having multiple problems, saving the logs would be great, because then you could actually send it in to Steam, and they can go through your logs to kind of see what's going on and give you a better idea of how to solve your problem. And that's also where you can factory reset it. Say you're selling it to a friend for some reason, or you just are giving it away or getting rid of it. That's where you factory reset it, just to kind of make it as new as for the person you're giving it to as possible. So let's not do that, because I don't want to have to go through the updates again. So let's go back and let's get Eric in here. We're going to show you guys how to connect to a different PC right now. So thank you, Kyle, for helping out. Always much appreciated. As we give it a little half wave. That sounds like Kyle. All right, so now we got Eric. We're going to go back to start playing right now. There's also a section for support, so if you're having multiple problems, go in there. It's more of a forums kind of thing, so you can set it up to look at forums, see what's like the most popular problems that are, not most popular, the most common problems that are occurring, and also kind of what's going on just in general. So now that I've been added, but we don't actually have Eric's PC added. I had it before, but we reset it to show you guys how to do this. So we're going to joystick over to Add Computer and click A to select.
Okay.
And now we're going to do the network test again. It's going to search for any PC on our network that has a Steam open that we want to connect to. So right now mine's connected, Billy. I named my computer. Eric didn't. His is just PC. So we're just going to click again A. There's also an option is when you're at that screen to hit Y to keep scanning, because sometimes if you don't have your computer turned on and you might not notice it, then yeah, you're going to have to scan again. So Eric's going to go ahead and enter the PIN again. You're going to have to do this for every single computer that you add to the Steam link, but you should only have to do it once. If you're doing it multiple times, you're having problems, you might want to contact Steam directly. All right, and Eric actually did not have his Steam updated, so he's going to have to update the audio drivers to on his personal PC, because the audio drivers have not been updated in a while. So now he updated his drivers. It doesn't take that long to update the audio drivers, especially they're very small files. So now Eric's computer is connected. His is PC, first one on the left. So now we're going to go into his, and it's straight up, it's connecting to his PC now.
So cool.
All right, see, this is what I was talking about before. This is with the controller configurations. It'll ask you when you use a new PC. So I'm just going to have Eric use mine, because we play a lot of the same games. If you're not playing a lot of the same games as the same people using it, you might want to go and use a guest account and set up your own configurations, which we could probably talk about in a later video, because it's a lengthy topic. Each game has a lot of different configurations that you want to use. So let's just have Eric use mine. It's the first option. And then it's back to the same screen. Still chat, library, and store. So we're going to go into Eric's. I know Eric's a huge Skyrim fan, so let's just have him open Skyrim.
Oh, great. I don't even know.
All right. So we just have him update it. It's going to ask you for each individual game of what you want to do. So now that we showed you guys how to set it up, a lot of it's just plug and play. If you have questions, I have some documents up on the YouTube video in the description that should help you go through it. We showed you how to purchase, how to play, and a lot of wasted time on updates. So I'm sorry about that, guys. So we're going to head out. You guys have a fun time with the Steam link. Enjoy and add me if you guys want to. Have a good night.